again, at the half-hour point in this hour, we will have former DEA undercover agent extraordinaire Mike Levine, who's written some amazing books over his career. In fact, many of you may remember Mike Levine from the 90s, when I was a wee lad as a talk show host here on KSFO, a local show. I put on the Compassionate Conservative events, the progenitor to the Tea Party. Those events were phenomenal. And I used to invite other speakers as warm-up acts, so to speak, which is not diminishing them in any way whatsoever. They were great people, every last one of them. Some of them have gone on to Congress, etc. So Mike Levine was my hero at the time. I've lost touch with him, and he was on stage, and I met him. We had dinners down in Sausalito at then my favorite restaurant, and we got to know each other. We'd hang out. We'd go on stage. And Mike was a certifiable, amazing human being. Here was a guy, well, I'll tell you more about it at 12:30 because I don't want to give you a build-up and then he's not on till 30 minutes after the hour. Right now, I just want to focus on court horror stories. And before I take my first break, let's begin with the first caller up there. I don't know what it's about, but it's it's Scott on KLIF in Dallas. Go ahead, please. Scott, what's on your mind? What's your court horror story?
Michael, my court horror story was I was sued by a very large multi-level marketing company, and the only thing I was guilty of was after I found out that I was being ripped off, I was trying to educate the people that were still being ripped off, and this company sued me.
Oh, wait, so you were one of the people caught up in the Ponzi scheme, and you tried to blow the whistle on them, and what, they shut you up with a lawsuit?
Well, they tried to shut me up with a lawsuit. I had a very good attorney, and I ended up settling out of court because after about a year and a half of the lawsuit being open, it was very apparent that this company, even though they sued me, had no intent to go into an actual trial. They just wanted to drain me financially.
Of course, that's a tactic of a large company versus a small individual. However, when it's a small individual who knows he's right and he's got any capacity to fight, I recommend that he fight. Because most of these companies that are doing this are bullies. They're just using the threat of a lawsuit to intimidate you. So how did you settle? Did you win or lose?
I won the settlement, Michael. In fact, I've got the settlement on my website. If you'd like to have the address, the listeners can actually go and read the settlement.
Why not? Go ahead. Go in and give it out. I don't know, nothing to gain or lose by it. Go ahead. Okay,
the website is called, and this is all one word.
I don't want to get involved in your lawsuit. I thank you very much. I'd rather avoid company names for obvious reasons. Okay, I don't need more trouble than I already have. I want to hear your court horror story, folks, but I don't want to become part of your court horror story, folks. Back in a minute.